Hello everyone, Mr. Fuller here with another video lesson for mathematics. Today what we'll look at is solving linear equations in the form of a times x plus b is equal to c. So this might be a little new for some people, but we'll go through it nice and slowly so you got a good chance at figuring this out. So let's jump into some questions. So the first question, 4 times s plus 8 is equal to 16. So this is very similar to what we have been doing in our previous lessons, but the one extra thing here is now we have a 4 out on the outside there. So what we actually want to do with that is when we have a number outside the brackets, and I'm just going to write it down like this and I'll solve it underneath later, but this 4s plus 8. If we look at that, that's essentially saying that it is 4 times by bracket s plus 8, which means that we're going to times the 4 by the first one and times the 4 by the second one. So it kind of looks like this. We got to think of it like this. So it would be 4 times s, and we keep that sign and have 4 times 8. To get 4s plus 32. So no matter how many spots are in the brackets, we're just going to keep going and times it by the outside. So we don't have to show this work every time, but if you like to, if it helps you out, you might want to put it off to the side. So for this first example, I've already foiled out the brackets and the 4 there to get 4s plus 32. So let's write that again. So we have 4s plus 32 is equal to 16. Now all of a sudden this looks like a question that we've done before in our previous lesson. So we might as well go ahead and solve this. So we have 4s plus 32. We're going to minus that out, because we want that to equal 0, so we can solve for that s, and then 16 minus 32 because we're keeping it even on both sides. So we're left over with this side with 4s is equal to negative 32, and then now we're going to get the s by itself by dividing by 4, dividing by 4 to get s is equal to negative divided by a positive. It's going to be negative 32 divided by 4 is 8 for our answer. So this is again building on some of our old lessons. Let's move on to the next example here. So this example is a little bit trickier because we got some minus signs in it, but we're essentially going to do the same thing. So whatever our number is out here, we're going to times it by the inside number and then times it by the outside number, remembering that we should keep the order because the order is pretty important. So for the first one here, we have negative times a positive x that is, which is a negative, and 4 times x, well, that is 4x, so negative 4x. Now we have for the second term, the negative 7, we have negative 4 times by negative 7, so that's going to be a plus, so negative times negative, and then 4 times 7, which is 28. And that's all that is. So then keep it equal to the same thing, so we have our balance. Now again, since we've done that, we can actually go ahead and solve it like we have in the past. So we'll keep the 4x by itself for now. 28, let's get rid of that, so minus 28, then that's equal to 16 minus 28. So if we look at the one side, we have continue to have the negative 4x. Remember not to forget about the negative. And then 28 minus 28 is just 0, so we don't need to write that. And then 16 minus 28 is negative 12. Now again, we want to isolate that x, so we'll divide by negative 4 on both sides. Oh, I guess I should use a different color here. It makes it easier to see. All the red is what we add in ourselves. We choose to add that in. So negative 4 divided by negative 4 is just 1. 1 times anything is just itself, so left over with an x. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 12 divided by 4 is a 3. So there you go. Don't have any examples of this on my website, but we should put it up shortly. But thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed.